Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Len, how you guys doing? And welcome back to our Faction Focus Sunday. So let's get into it. And today we are taking a look at the last of the Iberian factions, which is the Arevaci. And as the Iberian tribes, we get increased chance for our scouts to discover hidden agents, and we get do +4 public order in the presence of an army in a province. Very handy. Dedicated to the Arevaci, we have a normal initial challenge, minus 20% recruitment for all CAF units, and major diplomatic bonus with all Iberian factions. So these guys are the negotiators. But let's get into the field and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so here we are on the campaign map as the Arevaci. And as the Arevaci, you start with one minor settlement in a pretty difficult home province. Including with Carthage owning 2 cities, including the main settlement, and Ars, the Arevaci, which you are allied with. So there is no chance for you to get your home province like really easily, since you do have to fight Carthage. You have to fight on an island, so you have to move your ships, and you will and you won't have a friend over here who's also was also pretty stable with everyone else. So yeah, otherwise pretty difficult starting position over here. As to we take a look at the diplomacy, like I said, Arevaci are your friends in this case. So yeah, do what you want with them. How likely are they to?
Let us talk. And let us...
Not much. But you do have pretty decent relationship with most of the Iberian factions. The Celtici, you probably could get friends with. The Canterbury, you can get friends with. The Turdetani are pretty friendly. We already have a lot of non-aggression pacts. Do we have them with all of them? No.
Welcome.
No, but we do have pretty decent friendship status all around. So we could try to unite our Iberian friends and clans under the Iberian banner. The only war that we start with is against the Lusitani, and in my Lusitani campaign I expanded like to 3-4 cities before the Lusitani or the Arevaci came close. So I don't know how, if you really push hard for Olipso, you might be able to get rid of them rather quickly, and then just focus on befriending all the factions over here and taking out Carthage. But you will have a rough start, because like you have barely an income of 700. You have a minor settlement which is already having the military building for you, and you can expand straight away, which you're probably gonna need food, and also there is your calf line as well, but we'll go on that in a second. So we start with a spy and 2 minor armies. The army over here is actually a pretty decent army. We have 2 Iberian slingers, 2 Iberian calves, 2 Scutaris, which are a tier 3, I believe, swords unit. So very decent in the early game with a 42, 35 and 60 melee defense. And you have your noble fighter general. Over here we have a smaller army with some slingers, some skirmishers, a unit of calf, 2 units of Iberian spears, and Iberian swordsmen. So this is more a little bit of a trashier army. As of right now, with only the building, you will be able to build like Iberian swords, I believe, and slingers, and maybe Iberian spears with just this. Yeah. Looking at the army-wise, the recruitment stuff, of course the barbarians have the 3 different lines. So the Artisan Lodge gives you access to the Iberian Scutari spears, which is already a pretty decent upgrade from your Iberian spearmen. Probably you want to go towards the Bronze Workshop. That is where all your units are. These are decent, but they don't give you any units, so in the early game this is just not worth it. At tier 2 you get the Scutari, or tier 2 units, you get the Scutari, very decent. Will be able to hold out pretty decent if you're starting to war around in Iberia instead of making friends. At level 3 you get the Painted Warriors, which are basically the same, 42-35. They have a bit bigger charge bonus, less melee defense, a little bit higher morale, a little bit the same health. So it's a bit like whatever you prefer. The charge bonus for the flanks, maybe these guys for holding the lines. And then at tier 4 you get your Noble Fighters, which is just a huge upgrade for swordsmen. But it comes at a very pricey cost, like nearly 1400 bucks recruitment, 200 upkeep, compared to 640 and 120 upkeep, and 620 and 120 upkeep. So those are your infantry units, and we take a look at our slingers. Like, this is our missile line. You go towards the woodworkers. You get some skirmishers, you get some ballista, and at tier 2 you get Balearic slingers, which is pretty fucking awesome. At tier 3 you get your Orcas and Scorpions and your big stuff, so not much too important maybe then, other than tier 2. And of course in close land you get your Calf route. Tier 2 is Iberian Calf, tier 3 is the Celtiberian Calf, which is a pretty decent upgrade. 40-25 against 50-39. Oh wait, it's not an upgrade? Oh, this is a Spear Calf, like bonus versus large. Sorry, I missed that one earlier when I did the research. So this is Spear Calf, so you have bonus versus large, and these guys don't have that, so they are better against infantry. These guys are better against Calf, with still decent stats, charge bonus and melee defense all around. And here you get the Noble Horse, Noble Calf, it's called in this flank, with a bonus versus large as well, but very all-round steady. And Celtiberian Calves are your ranged calf unit, which are basically pretty shit. So basically that is all you are capable of fielding, and I feel like if you rush this like to tier 2 to get the Scutari, this towards your horses, and you get some friendship, so you get some extra trade from these guys, or at least these guys, the Celtici. So you get a little bit of extra money going in, and those two armies are straight pushing for the Lusitani. You might be able to get a few settlements here and there. Culture will not be a problem since most of it is Iberian. So take out Ellipso, and then take out Carthage, and then unite your Iberian brethren, I would say. But if you're going like a challenge campaign, for like a This is Total War campaign, this can be pretty tricky, because like these guys are just maybe 1 or 2 turns away from you. These guys could be there in 2 or 3 turns as well. Carthage could be there in 3 turns. So if you're going for This is Total War, you're gonna have a pretty big fight on your hands, where I don't think you will be able to out-recruit anything. So recruit this army, hide it, and then try to defend everything you got over here, and this army sneaks around. But that's gonna be very tough in the beginning. Like, once you get either towards this side, so you don't have an enemy at your back, it might get a little bit easier, but to start in the middle of the whole cesspit here, it's gonna be tough. I know this is a short one, but there's literally not much else I can go about. Yeah, your victory objectives are probably going to be shit anyway. Lusitania, Carthaginians, basically Iberia, and then you need fucking Britannia, so you need to push up, and you need Africa. So basically you need from Africa over here to Britannia. That is what you need to capture. Probably take out Rome along the way, because otherwise you're going to be screwed over eventually. But ladies and gentlemen, that is for the Arevaci. So if you do enjoy this, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a comments and suggestions in the comments down below. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.